Well, we made it back up here to the double wide today. We're getting a kind of a late start. We've been out collecting lumber. Got a couple piles here, stuff, and a sheet of plywood to do some repair on the floor in there. So I think that's the plan today. I forgot to bring a jack. I was gonna try to level this upper beam up here. It's got just a little bit of a sag in it right in through here, and we're going to build a wall there. So forgot my jack, so I got the one out of the pickup, and I'm going to try to push that up a little here in the wall and get that wall built in there. I'm going to add to the header and then build a wall under the header that I'm adding as well. So that's the plan there. We've actually had some people asking a few questions along the way. So I think we kind of plan on doing a Q&A maybe one of these days here in another month or two. But for now, one of the questions was, what state do we live in? What state do we live in?
Confusion.
A state of chaos and confusion. I wake up there every day. And no, we live in the middle of Missouri. We're mid-Missourians. So, born and raised mid-Missourians. We was actually both born in the same small town doctor's house.
Yes.
So, actually in his house. So, both of us. And just a few years ago, not very long.
Yeah.
So, mid-Missouri. And what was another question? Are we going to live here?
Are we going to live here?
You know, we had full intention of buying this when we bought this to renovate it and move in. Probably in a year or two. We're not in a real big hurry, but I don't know, some things have changed in the meantime, and we're honestly just not sure what we're going to do. It could go either way. We just don't know. So I don't know how to answer that. The only good answer is we just don't know. So
We're working on it like we're going to live here, because that's what we intended at first.
yeah.
But things change along the way, so
Yeah.
you just have to
Go with flow.
go with the flow.
So
And
we want it to be, if we do sell it, we want it to be a nice, good home for somebody. If we keep it, we want it to be
right.
a nice, good home for us. So that was one of them. And then what was the other question? That was mainly the main two, other than what we're going to do at this place, the layout.
Yes, the layout.
And we know what we're going to do at this area right now. We kind of have a plan. Lisa has a plan. My plan is to do what Lisa tells me to do. So, but anyway, I'll let her tell you a little bit about that plan. But the rest of it, we just kind of wing it. We're gonna figure that out as we go. We have a good idea, but we won't really know until we get in that area and then focus on doing it. So, I don't know. Do you want to tell them what your thought is in here?
Well, the thought in here is we are going to, once we get the bathroom framed in, which this is showing the frame of the bathroom, the wall will be right here. And then we're going to turn this area into the kitchen. And we'll have a row of cabinets down this wall that is connected to the laundry room is going to be moved out to this board right here. And so we'll have cabinets along here. We'll also have cabinets along here and here. And we'll have an island in the center and an island up toward the front that'll probably have a sink and a bar on the front.
Probably about where that whatever that is.
Wherever that, yeah.
That'll come out, and then there'll be a bar across there that
Right.
will have stools at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that'll still, on the other side will still be the dining room, living room. In here, of course, we're going to take this wall completely out, and we will build a wall here, and this is going to be a fairly good sized pantry, which I think everybody likes, and I think it would be good. And then that'll leave that in as the laundry room.
Yeah. So there'll be a wall. There'll be a wall right about here, and then another wall that kind of pretty much goes right here, and then this will all be pantry. So be about 8 foot wide, and then the laundry room, of course, will come around here. This will be closed off, so this wall will be moved about 4 foot that away, and we'll probably use some of the kitchen cabinets in this area. Is that right?
Right.
Clean them up and paint them and use them in this area, and we're not sure what we'll do out there. We'll buy some probably.
I think we'll need a deep sink in here, and hopefully some kind of a bench to sit and put your shoes on. And of course we'll redo the closets so they're more usable for putting coats and shoes and whatever you need as you go out the door.
Storage.
Some storage.
So this wall will be to here, so that's adding probably 3 foot, I guess. And then this, was this going to be here or this gone?
That's going to go away.
This will go away. So this will be a fairly large area in here, but it'll leave room for the counter will end right about here, and then this will be open, but it'll allow you to get beds and things into the bedrooms, and if you want to, there can be a shelf here or something. But
and behind you will be open, will be the walkway.
Yeah, the walkway will be right here, and then pocket door will be coming into the bathroom. So we was gonna get that today and didn't, but that's kind of where we're at. So is that all of it, Lise?
I think so for now.
Okay. Like and subscribe, aisle 6. So I think today what the plan is just to come in here, and I'm going to take some of this off, open that up back to along in here where that wall's going to be, and get a jack under it. I got that bottle jack. I'll have to rig something up to shove that up. It looks like just sighting down it might be ½ inch or something. So it's not bad, but it's several years of sitting here. So I want to make sure it's straight. So I'll do that, and then I'll build this wall, and I think I'm going to add a header of 2x6s under that, and then a wall under that of 2x6s, and then just set it center of this seam, because this place isn't going anywhere, so we won't have to worry about that taking it apart at the seam. See what's under that before I go too much further, so I think I'm gonna pull this back out of the way a little bit. Okay, so here's what supports the center. It's actually a lot of roof sitting on that. I was expecting to be more structure in there than there is. But I guess it's actually pretty, as long as you can hold them straight up and down, they're pretty strong. So I have a plan now, and I think I'm going to build me a beam here to set on this jack and get it attached up there, and get it attached up here, and then set on the jack down here. Raise that up, I don't know, ½ inch. I think I'll get it to where I'm gonna look and see what's straight is what I'll do. Maybe run a string on it, but anyhow, I'm gonna get that up where I think it needs to be, and then I'm gonna build a short section of wall from here to there, so it'll be about 7 foot of wall. There'll be a door in that section. And we'll go ahead and get that built and get that wall raised up, and then set that or get the ceiling beam raised up, and then set the wall under it. And I'm gonna build the beam on top of that, like a header beam across the top, and I'll probably do the same on across the whole thing. And but anyway, I think if I build this section, then I can take my jack out and build that wall and be okay. So and then I think I'm going to go ahead and take this lower board off of the outside of either side of that beam, and then it measures from the top up there at that other one. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's another board up at the top that's 1.5 inch square. I'll push a 2x6 up against that, and then it will come down about flush with the bottom. So I'll make sure the rest of this is all up square, and then I'll just screw it all together that way and add that much support and strength to it anyway. That's the plan right now. I'm going to try to build a little beam to set on my jack and get that straightened up a little bit. Okay, so I've got I'm gonna put a wall in from right here over to where this joins this other wall, just a little short wall. There'll be a door opening in it, and I'm not building the header for that right now. I'm just gonna leave that out and add it in, because it'll be easy to add later. Right now I'm just wanting to get this beam supported and get that jack out from under there. So I built a wall here, got the floor plate, and I have the studs. It's only going to be 4 studs, but they're 2x6 studs, and the top plate. And then I'm going to build a header to go on the very top of that will go up against that beam and give it support. And then I'll do the same over there, but that way I can take that jack on out of there and build that other wall in and have that portion done. And I think that this will hold it all up at that point, and I won't have to re-jack that maybe. But, so anyway, that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna put this all together, and I'll let you look at it before I put it into place, and might have a little better idea of what I'm talking about doing here that way. So. Okay, so we got that in there. I don't know if you noticed, had to pull that bottom plate off and recut because somebody measured wrong and left out one of the plates, and I'm not going to point any fingers since Lisa's here because that just wouldn't be fair. So but it happened and we fixed it, so, and it's in there and it's tight. So that's just the way I did that up there. Right or wrong, it's a lot better than it was. And it's got 2 2x6s going this way, and I wanted one that would catch all the way across. So it's got the top one and then the top plate. Instead of putting 2 top plates, I just did that on the wall. So, and then 1 bottom plate, and then this will be a doorway right here. So this bottom of this will come out and I'll get a header put in right here. And this is a 2x6 wall, which sounds like pretty much overkill, but what it's doing is it's setting on both of these sides of this double wide. So it's setting on the seam and it's holding both of the seams up there, this entire roof. So you know, it had this wall over here holding originally in the center there, so that's coming out, and then this will carry it all, and this wall is going to be built on through. So but I wanted you to see what the header looked like and what we're doing here. So that did get it up into place, and it was about 3/4 of an inch low right there when it all was said and done, and then it tapered down from there to there. So that was the low point. I think the other wall will measure, and I believe it'll just go in there just by sighting down. It looks pretty good. So anyway, that's where we're at.
You're a dork.
That's what Debbie says.
Oh,